Okay, number 7. When you do these problems here, you're going to draw your two special triangles. So over here on the side, put a 45 and a 45. And you're going to put S, S, S square root of 2, aren't you? And then we're going to draw our 30, 60. This would be 60 and 30. The shorter leg's S, the hypotenuse is 2S, the longest leg is S square root of 3, right? You're going to use these triangles on all these problems. So on number 7, our 30's here. Our hypotenuse would be 2S, the X would be S, and the Y would be S square root of 3, wouldn't it? Okay, if 14 is equal to 2S, then S, or X, is equal to 7, and Y would be 7 square root of 3, wouldn't it? Number 8, this is a 30, 60 again. The shortest leg is S. The hypotenuse is 2S, and this S right here would be S square root of 3. So the square root of 3's would cancel out. S would be 5, wouldn't it? That means this is 5, and this would be 10, wouldn't it? So X is equal to 10, and Y would equal to 5, wouldn't it? Number 4, this is a 30, 60, 90. So you're going to label it S, your hypotenuse is 2S, and your X is S square root of 3 in it. So we know that S is 4, so Y is going to be 8, and then X would be 4 square root of 3. Number 10, this is a 45, 45, so we're going to have S, S, and S square root of 2. Okay, so our Y would be 7 square root of 2, wouldn't it? If you're using the square roots, there's no arithmetic. You just write them down. Okay, right here we have a 45, 45. The legs are S, and this is S square root of 2 in it. Okay, so X is going to be the same as this, isn't it? So X would equal 6 square root of 2. Now then, to get Y, we're going to do 6 square root of 2 times the square root of 2. The square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is 2, and 2 times 6 is 12 in it. So Y would be 12. Number 12, your 45 and your 45 are here and here, so S, S, S square root of 2 in it. So you're going to write down S square root of 2 equals 12. To get S, you would divide by the square root of 2, multiply by the square root of 2, rationalize the denominator. This turns into 2, 2 goes into 12 6 times, and 6 square root of 2 would be your answer, wouldn't it? And then going down to 13, we have a 30, 60, 90. Our shorter leg is X. Our hypotenuse is S square root of 3, and the X would be 2S. So we're going to do S square root of 3 equals 8 square root of 5. This is a little bit different. S square root of 3 equals 8 square root of 5. To get the S by itself, we're going to divide by the square root of 3. So S would equal to, multiply by the square root of 3, you would get 8 square root of 15 over 3. Sorry, this is backwards. Our hypotenuse is here in it. So this is 2S, and this is S squared of 3. I messed up on purpose to see if my class is paying attention. They didn't correct me. Okay, so this is 2S. Our hypotenuse is 2S in it. So 2S equals 8 square root of 5. Divide by 2. You would get S equals 4 square root of 5, wouldn't you? So Y is going to be 4 square root of 5. Now then, to get X, we're going to multiply 4 square root of 5 times the square root of 3. So we don't need any of this. So 4 square root of 5 times the square root of 3 is going to be 4 square root of 15, isn't it? So X is equal to 4 square root of 15. So Y is 4 square root of 5 and X is 4 square root of 15. Number 14, my class needs to pay attention. This is 45. We have S square root of 2. So we're going to set S square root of 2 equal to this, right? equals 2 square root of 6. Divide by the square root of 2. Okay, you'll get S equals, multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 2. Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is 2. 2 goes to the 2 times. These cross out. 6 times 12 is, or 6 times 2 is 12 in it. And then 12 is 4 times 3, right? So S is going to turn into 2 square root of 3. So our X would be 2 square root of 3. And so would our Y, right? And just to check it, if you multiply this by the square root of 2, you would get this one. Okay, so it would check out and work. Right here, our shortest leg is S. Our hypotenuse is 2S. And this is S squared of 3 in it. So we're going to have S squared of 3 equals 12. Divide by the square root of 3. You would get S equals, multiply by the square root of 3, the square root of 3. These turn into 3, goes into 12 4 times. 4 square root of 3, right? So Y is equal to 4 square root of 3. And then you're going to multiply this by 2 to go here. So X would be 8 square root of 3.